occupied, busy man in all of CPN right now is Justin, host of Kingmaker Sports, co-host of both Tag Team Talk and Unstabled. So make sure you support all of his efforts, like, subscribe, notification bell. Down at the bottom left, we've got Andrew, our resident Titans fan, and he's the co-host of Titans Table for Two with his brother Christian. So, without any further ado, let's get into it, gentlemen. Were there any big injuries coming out of week 2 for you guys? And we can just kind of
no. I mean, we had big injuries going into it, but no. I mean, Zeitler didn't practice today, but I don't think that's anything to worry about. I think it's more, old man rest days.
Valid.
Oh, nothing too crazy. Bryce Oliver maybe, but special teams more than anything.
Oh, my knee hurts. It's about to rain. Got to take off practice today, coach.
Yeah, the Texans were pretty clear from injuries from Monday night's loss. So at least that we got that going for us, which is nice.
No, Tyler Warren didn't practice for the Colts today.
He's all right.
His toe. And then Josh Downs didn't practice because of his ankle.
He's all right.
He gonna be just fine. It's Wednesday. You don't really know anything till Friday.
Yeah, this is all like maintenance stuff. And plus, Warren has showed you enough already in 2 games that it's like, all right, you got a little soreness, cool. Just sit it out. Clearly, you understand the offense. You're good.
As long as your toe is better than Joe Burrow's, we'll be all right.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Mr. Injury Prone. I tagged him that on Kingmaker Sports. I was like, look, we are officially tagging him as injury prone.
See, and Jeff was like, well, his O-line doesn't block. Okay, but that doesn't mean, like, he's still injury prone at this point, whether his O-line blocks or not. He's been hurt every year. Like, he misses significant time.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's, and I'm not taking anything away. When he plays, great quarterback, except for that last game.
Right.
He plays. Lucky for the Bengals, Jake Browning's got to be one of the better backups in the
league. For the generational Tom Brady, whatever they want to call Joe Burrow, that offense sure doesn't seem to miss a beat when Jake Browning goes in there.
He was putting up Burrow numbers, wasn't he?
Well,
yeah,
he did throw 3 interceptions.
He was putting up Winston numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
Yeah. Were there any injuries for the Jags in that game?
Just their heart. Just their hearts.
Yeah, just Brian Thomas Jr.'s ego.
He made sure he didn't get injured.
Yeah, no kidding. Nothing serious of note. I think we may have had Travis Hunter got banged up just a little bit, but he still played the whole game and he's fine. They said that he's not going to be missing any time. Liam Cohen let it slip that apparently Brian Thomas Jr. was dealing with a wrist injury last week, even though we didn't put him on the injury report. So that's going to be a fun find. But yeah, other than that, nothing really. No, we're good. As far as I know, I haven't seen anything.
Don't be like the Colts, was it like 6 or 7 years ago where they got in trouble for not disclosing all the injuries on the injury report?
Yeah.
And now they over report. Now it's like, this guy hangnail. They're making sure they don't get
accidentally peeled too much skin when he tried to pull that nail piece off.
Yeah. Up his toe,
dude, probably the top 10 most inconvenient pains. All right, let's go ahead and get into the reactions here. If you're new here, folks, we always start with the worst loser of the week. And unfortunately, that means Andrew gets to go this week. So, and he's gone.
I'm back. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the same from week 1, can't protect. Cam Ward looks good. I mean, his touchdown pass has got to be the greatest first touchdown pass ever. Penalties, another 13 called, 10 accepted. You're talking 26 penalties in 2 weeks.
Just really quick before I'm sorry, just about the throw.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff out there, and I want to make it very clear what my stance is because I'm the most important one. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, that is not a throw you want to see Cam Ward make a lot.
No. It's one of the ones
goddamn, was that a great throw? God damn,
why are you throwing that touchdown? And I was sitting in that corner of the end zone, right where he threw it to.
Cannot take it away from the kid. I like Cam Ward a lot. I've said that on the show before. He's going to be electric, man. That's not a throw you want to make a lot, but damn, he made it look good.
He came over and he
knew where he wanted.
He said, "Go that way.
Yep.
Go that way."
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, that there's nobody in the defense on that side. But it's just not
a lot of people are just, he shouldn't throw that. Like, yeah, you're right, but he did, and it was a good throw, and yeah.
And so, Alec has looked great. I mean, Calvin had another, maybe only one drop this time, but 3 receptions on 6 targets. So I know one of them was a drop, maybe 2. But him and Alec, the rookie out of Stanford, have looked really, really good. But yeah, no pressure, giving up pressure, and penalties and questionable play calling. You go into week 1 when you're inside your own 5 with a minute left and you pass 3 times in a row, trying to be super aggressive, and then you get the turnover, and instead of inside, you're on your own 30 and you're not aggressive with 27 seconds and 2 timeouts. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So just I mean, it's hard because we only know so much. We don't actually know what the play call is. If the defense, the line's holding up enough for the play to develop. If Cam's said going for a check down, because that's definitely in Cam's attitude, is get the ball down the field, and maybe he just needs to take a check down every now and then. Like I said, Cam hasn't been perfect. He lost a fumble, but he's been far from our biggest problem. He's been the bright spot. So yeah, we knew getting pressure was going to be the hardest thing for this team, and it's coming. And when we all looked at the team, I don't think there's any realistic Titans fan that didn't think we're going to start out 0-2. I think you go against 2 top 5 pass rushes with an offensive line that's trying to gel, and then you lose your right tackle, who's supposed to be like the right tackle of the future, first-round pick from last year. It's not a recipe for anything spectacular. No, but we're one possession away from the Broncos. We were in this game until the fourth quarter. We got to learn how to close some games out eventually. In the lead or within 4 points going into the fourth quarter of these games. So got to figure it out.
I feel like you guys have a pretty young team, and then just kind of pockets, random positions of somebody who's over 30.
There's not a lot of depth is the problem too. You look at this draft and you're already, the one we just had, you're excited. Cam looks good. Fimmy's still learning the position. I'm not gonna count him out until he has another off season. I think he gets some pressure. He plays with a lot of intensity. He's fast. So it's really just picking up the ins and outs of being an edge rusher. We'll see what Kevin Winston looks like when he finally gets back from that torn ACL. But Tim DK looks great on special teams. That's been a huge bright spot. As our special teams has been one of the best in the league. We led both games in field position, and that's based on returners and the punts and stuff. Joey Slide's 8 for 8 on field goals, long of 57. He had 2 50-plus yarders. Jim took one to the house, came back on a penalty, questionable penalty, whatever, but a penalty nonetheless. But he had a good kickoff return. He's had a good punt return. He's going to crib one of them real soon, and it's not going to be a penalty on him. He runs like a gazelle. Isaiah would know coming from Florida. Dude's fast as can be. Gunnar Helm's tight in the future. I think he's slowly getting more involved in the offense. Eventually, he's going to have to take over. And as Justin would know, out of Texas, Alec has looked like a stud. I'm not saying he's going to be Jamar Chase, but he's looked like the best receiver on the team right now. Then we got. I love Brandon, dude. I don't even know who he is, but he cracks me up. Do y'all actually know him?
He's a regular. I don't know him personally. He's a regular though. He's on all the shows.
Yeah, he came in on our show last night. And then you get a little deeper with this, but you gotta build a couple more of these draft classes up and build some depth. This wasn't gonna be a 1-year turnaround. And like I said, I expect it to be 0-2. We'll see. Going into next week, we'll talk more about that later this week. But
all right,
I think you feel better actually, because I don't think you expected to be in these games as much as you were. Honestly, with a team that's definitely lesser talent than both of those teams. So
yeah, 2 things. One, looks like I think I was the closest one to getting the score right. Jeff said 20-13 Rams. Andrew said 24-20 Titans. I said 27-13 Rams. And Isaiah said 17-14 Rams.
You were the closest then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a brown nose for me.
I was pulling for you, Andrew.
It's all right. I appreciate it, man.
Has anybody else guessed an exact score besides me? You have before at least once, right, Curtis?
An exacto?
I know I had at least one exacto. Was it last?
I remember you getting one exacto for sure. I don't know that I've had one exactly.
I'm about to go 4 for 4 this week. Well, it's only 2 for 2, really, because there's only 2 games between us.
But second, like, there's been a lot of talk recently about Titans head coach Brian Callahan being in over his head. What is your impression through 2 games in the second season?
I like his message. I think the team respects him. I do think being a first-time head coach and a first-time play caller is a lot to bring on at one time over the last couple of years. People want to bring up Sean Payton and Andy Reid. Like, these are guys that have done it, you know. I wouldn't mind seeing him give the play calling up. There's a guy who's like a senior assistant. I can't think of his name right now. I'm blanking. And then there's also Nick Holes, who hasn't called plays before, but you know, you never like somebody. You always have your first time calling plays. Sean McVay didn't always call plays, you know, so you never know what someone could be till they do it. And I think if he could pass that play calling along, he could concentrate more on game management and stuff. I heard something today about during the Denver game, the plays were taking a while to come in. That's a coaching thing. Cam's sitting there waiting for the play, you know.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's because he has other things to worry about. He's talking, does that need to be reviewed? Da, 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 da. It's hard to juggle those things. There's so much that goes into being a head coach that you don't think about till you do it. So
That's why not every coordinator is good at head coaching.
Regardless, yeah, exactly. Regardless of over his head, how the season goes, 0-16, 15-2, or whatever, 0-17. He doesn't need to be fired till the end of the season because you're going to stunt Cam's growth. There's no reason to fire his play caller mid-season. The season's going to go how it goes, and he's still learning on the job. But I wouldn't mind seeing him giving the play calling duties up, just see how it goes. You know, maybe that's something that goes until the bye week, and then maybe they give that person a couple weeks to get ready to call plays. But that's just my opinion. I like Callahan. I want to see him succeed. Obviously, if we go another 3-win season, he's not going to make it to next season. But I'm more worried about Cam right now. So regardless, let him coach this season out. However they figure out they want to do with that, cool. Just don't stunt Cam's growth anymore. Not anymore at all. You know, just let him work.
Yeah. From my perspective on this, I mean, like, I didn't expect the Titans to be in the game as much as they were. They were
winning at half
up until, you know, the fourth quarter, like you said.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of the mark of a young team. You know, like, a young team is either going to come out flat entirely, or they're going to be really, really competitive and then fucking fall off a cliff in the fourth quarter.
Closing games, you got to learn how to close games.
Yeah. I think there's hope on the horizon. I don't know how much for this season.
Yeah.
But I think that even if Brian Callahan is ousted after this year, I think there's a good enough core to where you might be able to build something in Tennessee over the next couple seasons.
It was a point where I'm like, who could we bring in next year? Like, already thinking that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's not the case. You don't want to change coaches. Hopefully he turns it around and you go. I think you win 6 or 7 games, he keeps his job. You know. So
I mean, maybe. We'll see. Isaiah, Justin, you guys got anything?
No, I think Cam Ward's gonna be okay, man. I just think this might be another situation like we saw before with perfect examples of coordinators not working out as head coaches. You know, like for however good Josh McDaniels was or is as an offensive coordinator, he was just a horrible head coach. And sometimes it happens, and that's okay. You live, you learn. But then again, really good offensive coordinators do become great head coaches. Look at Nick Sirianni. So you never know until you give them the chance.
Honestly, bad coordinators have become good head coaches. as like Mike Vrabel. Like that Texans defense was not good when Mike Vrabel was there. They were not good.
He's just a good,
and he became a good head coach
yeah.
because he can lead men. He's a leader of men.
It just sucks to having to go through that process to say, okay, well, let's give you the job and see if you're gonna succeed. Man, because then it just kind of sucks. Now the Titans were so excited. Oh, we got Callahan. This is going to work out. And then now it's maybe not looking so great, but you never know until you give the person a chance. So that's more on the GM and the owner too. Like you got to do more deep diving. Like we all thought Eric Bieniemy was going to be a head coach somewhere, right? And then the more and more investigating everybody did, they're like, people don't really like this guy. He's kind of a jerk to work with. So
I want to throw a name out there. If whatever happens this season, they fire him. They hire this guy as head coach. No, not gonna be John Gruden. I'm not sure. I think he'll go to college before he comes back.
John Gruden's going to Florida.
Yeah, I think so too. Cliff Kingsbury.
Give him another chance.
He's got a great offensive mind. The problem with him that it feels like it's happening right now, and it happened in Arizona, obviously, is like defenses catch up to his offense, and he doesn't start changing things up.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta stay fresh.
What's happening in Washington right now?
Yeah, they just haven't had a great offense the last couple of weeks. I mean, that might.
All right, I think I misheard you, and I thought you said Arizona. That's my fault.
No, wait, I did. I said Arizona. What happened in Arizona when he was there?
Gotcha.
What's happening in Washington right now? I feel like he doesn't make adjustments, and that's kind of what it feels like with Callahan a little bit. He also did
seem like he was like got real cocky and arrogant, though.
Yeah,
like Cliff Kingsbury. So if you look at what happened to him in college and all that stuff like that, he wasn't really a winner at USC, but somehow he got the Arizona job.
Yeah,
right. So I think he just was very cocky and young, and now maybe he's got a little slice of that humility pie, and maybe.
Yeah, and I don't want to call out the DC. I guess they are going back to DC. That officially came out. They're building a new stadium in the city, but I don't want to call that offense out too soon because I mean it's weeks. The first month of the season is always a little strange, especially week 1 and 2. So. We'll see what happens after that.
I'm not worried about Jaden Daniels in that offense.
No.
I like Cliff Kingsbury as an offensive coordinator. I do.
That was a name that popped in my head. I was like, oh, someone who's done it, so he wouldn't be over his head immediately.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, let's pivot to Jags at Bengals. Isaiah, let's talk about the Pussy Bowl round 2.
So unless the Bengals play the Panthers, we will never know who is the official Pussy Bowl trophy holder. But I will do my best to talk about it anyways. No, I mean, honestly, I feel like there was a lot of questionable officiating around the league this week, not just in Jacksonville, or, in Cincinnati, wherever, whoever the fuck that game. But I do think that we made enough mistakes on our own that we really shouldn't have to leave it up to the refs to call a perfect game or call a great game. Brian Thomas Jr., I mean, he's gun shy, dude. He is scared. I don't know if it's because he took that hit in the preseason. Apparently, he's been taking it extra hard this year, the death of Kyron Lacey. He talks about that on the podcast with somebody. I don't remember who, but
yeah, a couple business decisions out there for sure.
I mean, and the worst part, though, is like his business decisions weren't even like really protecting him that much. There was nothing to really be protected.
Actually, the one in the end zone. The one in the middle.
The one in the end zone was egregious. The one in the middle of the field,
I don't see the safety was coming, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it was a hospital ball. But
in the end zone, who cares? You got to go for that ball in that situation.
Well, the thing is, the guy was behind him. The guy to his right was 5 yards away. Like he had plenty, and he literally ducked his head and just stuck a hand up. And he did the same thing in the middle of the field. He stopped moving and tried to reach out, and just bat at it to like knock it down. He caught 2 or 3 balls and immediately went to the ground. Didn't try and get any extra yards. Something's going on with him. I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I do know what it is. I'm just at this point, we really can't just keep on. Like, you got to give him the ball because he's your number one. But if he's going to keep on having issues like this, like, we've got to throw to somebody else until he can get his head on his shoulders and start making plays again. Parker Washington had a great game. He really stepped up. He was the best receiver on the field, in my opinion. Diami Brown, outside of the end zone drop that hit him in both hands over the shoulder, he had a pretty good game. The run game continues to be great. I think we're currently leading the league in rushing, at least like average, per game over 2 weeks, but still, like, considering Jacksonville was, I think, 31st or 32nd last year in rushing, that's pretty damn good. So, will we continue to do that? I hope so. I really do. They're using Brenton Strange really well to create these holes and open these holes and block really well. Johnny Munt, the other tight end we brought in, is also moving around a lot. The run scheme is a lot better. But, the Bengals just hung in there with it, and we let them stick around for too long, and they ended up beating us. Questionable call down the field on the pass interference in a game-changing scenario like that. But at the end of the day, they did exactly what they should have done, and they attacked the rookie down the sideline, and it worked out for them, and they scored a touchdown and won. We got to be better than that. Defense played pretty well. Trayvon Walker looks really good this year. Really excited for him. Josh Allen has, I think he's tied at 5th for pressures with 11 this season already.
Lucan looked really good.
Lucan looks good. Eric Murray, he is the 6th ranked safety right now at his position. He's grading out of like an 83 or an 85, something like that. He's playing pretty well. Now, down the stretch, that could change. Absolutely. Him and Dewey Wingard are doing what they need to do, but I feel like that always concerns me because they're both kind of be where they need to be guys, not game changer guys. And sometimes be where they need to be guys get beat over the top because they're not fast enough and they're not big enough. So it'll be interesting to continue to see how they play, but the defense honestly has played pretty well. The offense just isn't capitalizing due to players not making the plays. And the whole Liam Cohen, Trevor thing, that's a big nothing burger. There's nothing going on there. They both mentioned it after the game. Liam Cohen has zero media training, as I'm sure people know, considering he told them that Brian Thomas Jr. is injured and they didn't report it. I don't think he has any media training whatsoever. Personally, if he does, it's very little. So I have no reason as of right now to think he's lying to us when he says that he just got a little too fired up because of what happened over the course of the game, where we had 8 or 10 drops over that entire game, some hitting people in the chest. And then Trevor, he waved him off, but he also turned around the next throwing play and hit Brian Thomas Jr. in the fucking numbers, and he dropped it. So, he did exactly what Liam Cohen asked him to do, but Brian Thomas Jr. missed it and didn't make a play. ETN looks good. Bashal Tootin looks really good. Not that he's overshadowing ETN, but with us getting rid of Bigsby and how well Tootin's been playing, I feel better about that move. But yeah, man, it's just another day in Jacksonville. We officiating can be bad all at once. We've got to make sure that we put ourselves in a position for that not to matter.
Yeah. Would like to go ahead and give props to Jeff, who was 1 point away.
Oh man,
from the correct score.
Well, he said 30
to 27.
Yeah,
almost an exacto, man.
Andrew had 38-35. I had 29-20, and Isaiah just maintained what he said on the third and teal, 38-13.
Belligerent.
Yeah. Okay. So as a football fan, let's just remove my team's impact on how I viewed this game. The moment Joe Burrow got hurt, I was like, Jack's got this.
Everyone said that. The entire NFL community said, "Oh, it's over."
Yeah, it's a wrap. And then it wasn't. Jake Browning, who did not in any way, shape, or form play a perfect game, made a few really, really perfectly timed throws.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamar Chase is going to Jamar Chase.
I was about to say the game plan was Burrow's out. We're not throwing to anybody but Jamar.
Yeah, and then that one deep ball to T. Higgins.
Yep. And the one down the sideline to Iavonis that ended the game with the PI.
Yeah.
Yep. Sad.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened per se, but I mean, wasn't it Jake Browning who played you guys last year?
Yes, but Trevor got hurt
2 years ago.
2 years ago, but Trevor got hurt, and so Trevor left the game, and Joe Burrow was already out of the game, I believe.
Yeah,
but
I remember.
Yep. Then him and CJ beat hard, battled it out, and they didn't let Beat Hard throw, even though he was throwing well. And they ended up beating us by a field goal, just like basically this time, but not really.
Yeah. All right. Andrew, you got anything?
The age-old question: is Trevor Lawrence good?
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence is good.
Good.
Look, I know he's only throwing 58% right now, but drops just as Isaiah was talking about, like when it's hitting you in the numbers and your only job is to catch footballs for a living and you're not doing it, that's a problem. The fact that Brian Thomas Jr., one of the best receivers that we're saying in the league, is 5 for 19 on the season and only has 1 yard after catch, that's a problem.
Mhm.
Brian Thomas Jr. should be the focal point of this offense right now. If he's going to continue to drop balls, then I think you need to adjust and go Travis Etienne. Take Bigsby out of town, so clearly you like Travis Etienne, right? So use him. I mean, he's only got 214 yards on the season is good, but he's only got 30 carries on that. Like, feed that dude.
Yep.
And with 7 yards.
He's not bad. Like, I know, like, I caught a lot of crap for saying that Travis Etienne's a good running back, but
we're eating crow on that.
I mean, dude, feed the guy.
Is he good or is he good enough?
No, he has a skill set, and I think Liam Cohen can use that. The previous regime. Oh, Trevor.
Is he good or is he good enough?
Trevor's good.
I don't think anybody's got the full potential of Trevor Lawrence yet.
Well, I mean, we keep saying that, but I mean, what is his year 5?
He's off to a good start. I don't think this is but this isn't if we say it for Cam Ward, we have to say it for Trevor Lawrence.
I was about to say, is Cam Ward good?
It's not on Trevor Lawrence. Just the same way it's not on Cam Ward.
And they just put out a stat too.
I'll die on that hill.
I don't know if it was before or after the game, but since entering the league, he on catchable passes, there's 122 drops, which is 8.4% of his throws. So literally, I mean, quite literally, 1 out of every 10 throws Trevor has, it hits a player in the hands and they drop it. Like, that's insane. There's no other quarterback that deals with that except for Patrick Mahomes, but they throw pass interference flags 56 times for him when that happens. That's insane. I mean, you got to think too, though. You make the 5 years comment, and I do get that, and I understand that he's in his 5th year. But I mean, you think about the past couple seasons. Outside of 1 or 2 years, he was throwing to Publix baggers. Mm-hmm. I mean, his leading receiver was Laquan Treadwell 1 year.
Yeah.
Like he was throwing to Tavon Austin at 33 or 34 years old, however old he was. Yeah. Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk both went down last year. It's Zay Jones had a great season and then he dropped, 20 passes the next year. Yeah. Now I'm not saying that Trevor's generational or great or amazing.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes into, because he was the next guy. Well, he was Andrew Luck. He was Peyton Manning.
There's too many people say that. No, I think he was great. Yeah. He was a great prospect coming out. I mean, you look at his career, and ever since he hasn't lost a game since until he got to Clemson. Yeah. He comes into the NFL. Then he has Urban Meyer. Yeah. And Urban Meyer, after this last game, stays home in Cincinnati, and fingers a girl in the bar. And then he kicks his kicker, and he does this. It's like there's been a lot to set him back. I will say too, though. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing pretty clean football outside of. The one bad interception he threw to Travis Hunter, which he was getting hit by Trey Hendrickson when he threw it, and he couldn't really step into it. The other one to Brian Thomas Jr., that's on BTJ. He stopped. He could have gotten to that with both hands. He almost threw a third pick because BTJ tipped another one up in the air. He throws a little high sometimes, but he's definitely been better this year mechanics-wise. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Brian Thomas has the highest.
I'm not on either side of this argument, but it's always the question everybody asks.
Like, how's he got the highest targets on the team, but the lowest of their starting wide receivers, the lowest receptions? I mean,
yep, he's just not.
So I don't think that's a Trevor problem. I think that's a Brian problem.
Yeah,
but it's good that a guy like Diami Brown just essentially coming out of nowhere to kind of pick up the slack. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, him and Parker Washington are kind of filling that void that we've got right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I was talking about it yesterday, like on our podcast, or 2 days, Monday we did our reaction. If I'm the Texans, I'm doubling Travis Hunter, and I'm just letting Brian Thomas Jr. like until he shows me that he's going to be himself, like what we think he is and what he was last year. I don't think there's any reason to really worry about him that much. Now, you're not going to let him go free down the sideline, but I'm not shading a safety to him. Like I'm going to let him beat one of my corners because they have great corners.
I don't think he has a great game this week, regardless if he turns it on or not. Stingley, instead of just playing one side this year, he's been following.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't think they need to follow him, honestly.
They will, though. They'll follow him.
He's just not doing anything that tells me that they need to
follow Devontae Adams.
I think just for the fact that he is their alpha, he is the Jaguars' alpha.
He'll follow. It's like I said, like because he didn't follow really last year, right, Curtis? Mainly just played one side, but now he followed Devontae Adams and he followed Cortland Sutton. Not Cortland Sutton, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's something I guess he wanted to take on this year, where he's like, I'm going to follow the best receiver, and he's not going to follow Parker Washington. He's not going to follow De'Ami Brown. He's going to follow Brian Thomas, regardless if he's been playing like crap the last 2 weeks. He's going to follow him.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm thinking more Travis Hunter, but yeah.
It's a good segue into the next game, which is a 20-19 loss for the Texans against the Bucks. We're quickly approaching the point in CJ Stroud's development where you start to wonder, okay, is this what he's going to be now? Is this
age-old question? Is CJ Stroud good?
I mean, honestly, like he really is tiptoeing into what Trevor Lawrence is in right now, of just like purgatory of everyone saying how like he had so much promise and he had but now he's a bust, and how he's like,
yeah. I
mean, he currently is 30th in QBR at like 34 something or like 40 something. Not that I think QBR is everything, but like it's getting rough.
Yeah, he's 34.8.
Yeah,
getting rough over there in Texan land.
It is. I'm not going to sit here and obviously say that it's all his fault. I mean, you get pressured the way that you get pressured, like CJ Stroud's been pressured since 2024 started. You're going to kind of develop new habits, and what you used to do won't work anymore.
I think it's put him in his head there too, because there was a couple times where he wasn't getting pressured, and I feel like he thought there was coming, and he just missed a throw. Because
there were definitely a few off-target throws that were, just a bit outside,
or just late.
Yeah, or just late. Like
it's weird because Stroud's big thing coming into the league is how accurate he was.
Yeah, he don't go get him a tackle.
The offensive line, obviously, that was the first time that offensive line has been put out there. That's still not the offensive line that they've been running with for most of camp. That would be center Jake Andrews included into that. And there were huge instances where Laken Tomlinson's getting destroyed on a pass pro and gets CJ sacked. Jarrett Patterson got tossed like salad in a gay bar, and
that's where salad's tossed.
And just right out of the way. And Levante David came up, gets a sack on CJ. And then, of course, Daria Gumbawale getting steamrolled by their safety for another sack.
Dude, and
he's little.
Vita Vea is still that dude. It's crazy.
Daria should not be
He's
in there.
He's still just a monster of a man.
Yeah. Vita Vea
I really want to see Woody Marks get some more touches. He looked good in the first quarter, and then he's like, never put him back out there.
Yes. Give Woody Marks some looks,
bro. Figure something out in the running game. I can tell
you. The one rush that Chubb broke off, and that was really good blocking on that one.
Yeah.
Tight end came to the hole, blocked him, and that was easy peasy for Chubb.
Easy. It was not easy for the Houston Texans on Monday night. For like the first two drives, I was like, okay, all right, we're cooking with something here.
Mm-hmm.
And then like both teams' defenses figured the offenses out, and then when nobody fucking scored until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was like a defensive. It was like two drives, both teams scored both drives, and then nobody scored.
Yeah, it was just forever. I thought there was hope when we got down to in the red zone and then got down to the one.
Man,
second, third, fourth down and goal, no touchdown.
That's right. Comes in. Vita Vea is a monster, dude.
Yeah. And then we turned the ball over after not succeeding on fourth down. They get a couple first downs, and then we end up blocking the punt. And then with that punt block, we can't move the ball at all. So we have to settle for a field goal. We literally got 0 yards in 3 plays.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 10,
Terrible.
4th and 10.
Terrible. And
that was one of the times where CJ missed a throw too. I remember like, man.
Yeah. And then
like a little out to the right side. He just sailed it over the dude's head.
You basically had the football gods trying to give you the game. Jalen Knowles, phenomenal punt return. They pick up a flag, which should honestly have not have been picked up.
Yeah,
Jamon Smith was mauling this motherfucker
in the back.
And they pick up the flag. The football gods were trying to give you the win. And
I was so surprised when they picked that flag up. I was like, are we watching the same play? Like, just got laid out in the back.
It used to be with the Texans organization, you're trying to find ways to win. Now we're finding ways to lose. And I'm going to keep saying this until we get to that point in the season, but you don't know what a team is until week 6.
Mm-hmm.
By week 6, all of what you're going to need to figure out is on full display, and everybody knows how to counter a little bit of what you're doing.
The Saints were 2-0 last year with amazing offense. Okay, let's put that out there.
The Texans defense is really, really good.
It is.
But it cannot be the only side of the ball that can do something.
Sure it can.
I mean, it can. It's just not.
At least for one more week. At least for one more week.
Fucking lose a game 3-0 because Cam Little kicks a field goal from his own 1 yard line.
Yeah, from the fucking -50. Yeah.
They just fucking.
That's an 87-yarder.
He's standing on the back line of the goal. Or
he's in the stands.
Yeah. Actually, saw a video of a high school kicker hit a 64 off the bar.
Oh, that's wild. Texans should have signed Mekhi Becton. I don't believe so. Actually, our best performing offensive lineman last week and week 1, had he had played, was Ed Ingram. And it's not close. So I don't have a problem in the world with who we've got. I don't think Mekhi Becton would have solved anything. He had 1 year in Philadelphia where he looked like a serviceable NFL level talent.
Around 4 stud offensive line.
Right. And it was
he did move to guard. So
right.
That might have been the most beneficial thing for him.
Yeah. They picked up a flag for a Charlie Heck trip. We've got to figure some things out as far as, getting the ball moving, at least mildly consistent. CJ is not adapting well with all of his new responsibilities in the offense as far as calling protections, and the rotation of running backs is wild. They deactivated Dameon Pierce for the game on Monday and activated British Brooks, who is another running back on the roster. British Brooks did not play 1 snap of offense.
Why is Dameon Pierce in the doghouse with this team?
Dameon Pierce has no special teams prerequisite other than kick return, and he's not the best kick returner we have.
You got no L.
Exactly. And then when you take him off of that, what real utility does he have? Because you still trust Chubb more than you trust Pierce. You're talking about him being the second running back for your downs 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So it's not really great.
He's just the odd man out.
Ed Ingram could be awesome backup depth for the price. Then Titus could decide between right guard and left guard instead of Lakin. Again, Ingram played the best of all of our offensive linemen. I don't want him to move. And then Titus is far and away our best tackle option. Putting him at the interior does him a disservice. With that being said, though, Jeff predicted Tampa Bay would win 17-14. Andrew said 20-17 Tampa. I said 20-17 Houston, and then Isaiah said 34-21 Tampa Bay.
I was close. 2 points off.
Yeah, you were very close.
Almost an exacto.
Yeah.
I'm going for the exactos, man.
So with that,
All these weird ass scores.
I'm
20-19.
to you guys. Do you guys have any comments?
I've been talking this whole time. So.
It's just your offensive line to me in Houston. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
We got CJ's good. Nico's good. I think Woody Marks deserves more opportunity. When Joe Mixon gets back, we'll see how that backfield's going to go. As of right now, I don't really trust. I don't really trust that backfield, but CJ's a good quarterback, and he's got good weapons. Now it kind of sucks because you don't have Tank Dell, who that connection looked like it was going to be really great, but he's hurt. But I don't know, dude. I mean, you got a couple good tight ends. Maybe start using them guys more.
Who are you talking about?
Dalton Schultz and Cade Stover.
Cade Stover's on IR.
Oh, well.
Cade Stover broke his foot.
Brevin Jordan hurt too, right?
Yep, on IR.
ACL,
I mean, Dalton Schultz ain't bad.
Dalton Schultz has played probably the best football he's played since 2023, the last 2 weeks.
So,
and he's not a blocker.
They've got to figure this out. I mean, because they've got good weapons.
Blocker.
Dude is terrible at blocking. Texans on tight end 6 already. Yeah, we actually. So we have on the roster right now Dalton Schultz, Harrison Bryant.
Oh, he's still around.
They
traded him.
Yeah. And then Brendan Bates is our third tight end right now.
Alabama product, Harrison Bryant.
They got Harrison Bryant in that trade deal.
Yeah, with Mechie.
I'll go get that other OJ Howard. Bring him back.
OJ Howard.
I bet we introduce a slightly used Chigoziem Okonkwo.
I bet you that Kelvin Benjamin is still slamming Big Macs. You can go sign him. He'll at least be a receiving threat, you know.
He can jump. Well, maybe not jump, but he's tall.
Hey, y'all can trade for Mo Alley Cox. Y'all can have that dude.
Hey, they released
plenty of Alley
Where'd
Cox
he go?
to go around.
Did you ever release Jelani Woods?
Yeah, I think he went to Miami.
Rest in peace.
With Darren Waller.
Yeah,
Darren Waller's auto tune.
Texans trade Lake and Tomlinson for Tyler Warren.
Whoa.
Pretty good trade.
That's my leading receiver. You better calm down on that.
It's a pretty good segue. Let's go ahead and shift gears. Colts, Broncos in the Pony Bowl. I'm going to go ahead and get the scores out of the way. Isaiah said 24-21 Denver. I said 17-14 Denver. Andrew said 23-17 Denver. And Jeff said 27-24 Colts.
Nowhere close on the
So look, it actually looked like a really good game. It was close all game. I mean, both offenses didn't look bad. The only problem is if you're looking for a lead receiver, Daniel Jones ain't gonna do that. So Daniel Jones did everything that he's supposed to do as a game manager, field general, whatever you want to call that role. If you look at the breakdown of the receptions in this game, it was pretty even across the board. I mean, he wasn't focusing on one person, which is perfect. Take what the defense gives you. And so he spread the ball out, and it worked out. Daniel Jones is not putting the team or the game on his back. That's how he wound up with 316 yards, is because he's got Tyler Warren 4 for 79, Alec Pierce 4 for 68, Josh Downs 6 for 51, and then JT caught 2 for 50 and a touchdown. So everybody, and Pittman 4 for 40. Everybody's getting involved in this offense. So yeah, exactly. They finally figured it out. Jeff and I have been saying for 2 years now that Jonathan Taylor should be the focal point of this offense, and for some reason this year they finally did it. Run the dang ball. They're not just using Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield though. They're using him as a receiver. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Jonathan Taylor actually get some passes too. because what that's going to do is giving Jonathan Taylor 25 carries in the game, that's going to open up your passing lanes, which is exactly what it did. And that's why we see that there's 5 receivers within 1 or 2 receptions of each other on the team. Whereas other teams, you don't really see that. It's either like 1 or 2 receivers that are just dominating all the targets, all the receptions. As far as Daniel Jones goes, he's earned some trust from me. I wasn't crazy about the signing. I thought he'd be a quality backup. But now here we are, week 2, Colts 2-0. Daniel Jones is looking phenomenal. I mean, he's got a 107 rating. Daniel Jones is, I'm not saying he's the future. I'm not saying that he's amazing. I'm not saying that stuff. He's doing everything that's being asked of him. Just don't screw up and take what the defense is giving you. So he's making really good throws. He's throwing on time. So I don't see a problem here. As long as they keep using Jonathan Taylor as the focal point of this offense, they're good. Tyler Warren, bro, Tyler Warren is as advertised. I said it on Unstable Sunday night. If the Bears should probably feel really stupid right now for taking Colson Leveland over Tyler Warren, because they're not using Colson Leveland. Well, yeah, I mean their quarterback paints his fingernails, but Tyler Warren is leading the Colts in receptions. Okay, I mean in yards, 155 yards for our tight end. That's awesome.
96 of them after catch.
Leading receptions and leading targets. I mean, Tyler Warren is our leading pass catcher. But look at what he can do on the field. He's all over the place. He's catching deep balls on the sideline. He's making a lot of plays. He's got 90 yards after catch. 90 freaking yards after catch, dude. So this guy is looking pretty good. I know that some people, myself, I wanted Malachi Starks in the draft. I was. But if they took Tyler Warren, I wouldn't be upset about it. Bro, I'm not upset about it. This is working out great. Michael Pittman's back. So I'm not saying it's Daniel Jones, but he's definitely better than Anthony Richardson. And I'm hoping that Daniel Jones can stay healthy. But I don't know, man. It just looks like the Colts are firing on all cylinders, even on defense. New defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo, bro, he's using all these players. So Cam Bynum and Traveris Ward, immediate impacts. And then even Xavier Howard. I know Jeff was saying how much he hated Xavier Howard and didn't, thought he was cooked, all that stuff like that. Xavier Howard has made good plays for us. We didn't expect him to come out and be, Pro Bowl, All-Pro Xavier Howard by any means. But if he can be a little bit of that, and so far he's doing well. But our secondary has been riddled with injury. But Lou Anarumo just seems to be cooking up different stuff, and the doctor is in, dude. And he brought his guy, so somebody that nobody knew about, Joe Bashie from Cincinnati. He's an outside linebacker that he brought with him from Cincinnati, and leading the league leading the team in tackles. Dude's all over the ball. Wherever the ball's at, he's at, and I love that. So maybe this is just another example of a good player just overshadowed by the depth chart. He just had better players ahead of him. But I mean, I'm pretty happy right now with the way the defense is playing. They're keeping us in ball games. I know it was a close game, but I don't think that's because of the defense. I think because the Broncos are a good team. Sean Payton.
They gift wrapped that fucking win at the end too.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Dumb man, dude. I would have laid into that defensive lineman.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure there was a conversation between him and Sean Payton after that.
Very quiet one too. I'm sure. No yelling.
I mean, if you're Sean Payton, you're not yelling. I mean, your lips are a butthole, so you can't really yell. But yeah, I don't know if Sean Payton knows how to yell. No, dude. Like I had us as a loss on this one. I thought we were gonna lose at first, but then I got thinking about it. I was like, man, after week 1, I don't know, Daniel Jones looked pretty good. So I actually flipped my prediction, but my score stayed the same. I picked 27-24. Actually, the same thing that Jeff did. But I don't know, man. what they did was they looked really good on the goal line. Our defensive line was really stout. So there was a couple opportunities where they could have gave up easy touchdowns, and they didn't. They held them and just held them to a field goal. I was pretty happy about that. I mean, not to a field goal, but I mean, Lou Anarumo is working out. I was a little skeptical. The players are very excited. But then again, look what they're coming from. They're coming from Gus Bradley, the most vanilla defensive coordinator that I've ever seen. And it's working out. I mean, the team's just firing on all cylinders, and I cannot wait for Sunday.
Yeah. It couldn't have come at a better time because I feel like Steichen was starting to feel that seat heat up a little bit.
A lot of it.
Ballard, too.
Ballard, too.
He looks like a genius with this Daniel Jones signing, though.
They're playing complementary football. They're running the ball effectively. They're not getting Daniel Jones killed behind the offensive line. And by the way, the offensive line has not missed a step with Will Fries and Ryan Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're top 5 offensive line, and that's what you need.
Yeah. And that's something that Daniel Jones never really had. Mm-hmm. I would say he's probably got, maybe the peak of, I would say comparable to the peak of when he was with the Giants as far as like skill position talent. Because, I mean,
Saquon.
You got Saquon. Yeah. Neighbors. Well, no, I mean, they have, he was there for Neighbors.
I don't.
Galladay?
Did he have Neighbors?
No, Neighbors and Saquon didn't cross paths.
No.
Was Galladay there? And he got a really, was that
he got paid a lot, but he didn't do anything.
Where was he at that he did really well before he got paid a lot? No, he was with the
Lions.
Lions. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Kenny G. That's where
Sterling was there.
I mean, Sterling Shepard was decent when Odell was there.
Did Odell and Daniel cross?
No, I think he was already going to Cleveland by that point.
Yeah,
I think I'm trying to think of like Wandale,
Sterling.
What's his bucket? That tight end.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram was there for a minute.
Darren Waller.
Yeah. Waller was there.
Darren Waller.
Yeah, but Evan Ingram only had like one good season there, and that was his rookie season.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm just saying he didn't do really well.
He had some weapons there.
If you look at he had some names there, but they weren't at their peak at that same time.
Correct. But I mean, just generally speaking, the Giants are trash. So even if they were at their peak, there's a good chance they're winning 4 games. But
yeah, I mean, if Daniel Jones was on the Giants now, it'd probably be a different story.
Yeah.
Because I think they have a better pass catcher in Malik Neighbors. I mean, clearly. Yeah. And I think that they have
Wandale.
I mean, Wandale is good.
Crazy's okay. He's not great.
During the season last year.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
And then picked up by the Vikings and just didn't play.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Daniel Jones, yeah, he was the third string,
he played with Neighbors for a little bit,
which is crazy because they took a big pay hit on that, a cap hit on that.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because a lot of his contract was tied up in bonuses by like yard bonuses and stuff. They really only owed him like $14 million a season, but it was up to 40-something million if he hit certain numbers and metrics. So him not playing in with the Vikings definitely helped them with that.
Was he the third string there too? Because wasn't Zach Wilson there too, or at the Broncos? Zach Wilson was in the Broncos.
Yeah,
Broncos.
Yeah, he was the third string though, because it was Sam.
He was until McCarthy got hurt.
Then he didn't get there until after.
Yeah, that was like halfway through the season. McCarthy got hurt in preseason.
Yeah, he was.
That's right.
He was never.
Carson Wentz
behind him.
Carson Wentz, wasn't it?
I thought Wentz was in KC last year.
No, Wentz was in KC. God dang.
No, he's there now.
No, he was there last year too.
No, he wasn't.
But
anyway, I don't know why we're arguing over backup quarterbacks.
Daniel Jones.
Really Sam Darnold's backup.
This is Daniel Jones' best group that he's ever been with.
Yes.
As a starter. So, man.
What a bear.
Daniel Jones has all the weapons to succeed, and it looks
the Vikings now.
And it looks like he's doing that. So as long as he continues to do what he's doing and take what the defense gives you and stop and don't try and be a superstar, But I think now that he's seen a couple different teams and realized, like, okay, like, look, I won the job from an old ass Eli Manning. It's not that big a deal. Let me calm down and play some like low key football.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in on Daniel Jones for right now. He's doing all the right things.
I also think that like the fact that he doesn't play for the fucking New York anything right now, like he's not as in a big of a spotlight,
Yeah.
helps him. Not to say that, I mean, because what? I mean, technically, I think the Colts are like a medium market,
Yeah.
I would say. So, I mean, like that's a lot less spotlight to get on somebody than being the fucking QB1 of the Giants.
Yeah, I just hope that his success that he's having right now, they kind of keep looking over him and focus on other things instead of like, oh, Daniel Jones, you're doing so good, and then boom, that head gets bigger and he's trying to make bigger throws he doesn't need to, like throwing into double and triple coverage. Like just
Also, too, let's hope that he's not the long-term plan. Like he's playing good enough, and like I really hope that he doesn't play just well enough to win y'all some games and maybe even make the playoffs. I mean, he might be good enough, and he might be good. But I really hope that the Colts, like just from a football fan standpoint, not being biased, I really hope they're still looking in this draft or at least next draft to try and find a long-term option, because I don't think Daniel Jones is that.
No, I mean, I'm with you. Like Daniel Jones, if he gets extended and like let's say it's week 6, week 7, and he's still every game is pretty good, and I'd be okay with like a 2-year extension, but still draft a quarterback. Go after.
Yep. Let somebody sit for a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a guy like Garrett Nussmeier because Garrett Nussmeier is going to go really high. I don't think you're going to get a Drew Aller. I think Drew Aller's going to go real high.
I'm going to pump the brakes on that. Drew Aller is hot garbage and will be available in the 4th round.
Nussmeier also sucks. I think Nussmeier's overhyped.
So does Clay Klubnik. Clay Klubnik looked bad.
Yeah.
Nussmeier kind of sucks.
Yeah,
we thought Arch Manning was going to be good, and he looks.
I know these guys that were projected first-round picks have looked that great.
I have been very steady that I think Arch Manning is going to be trash.
I mean, just because his last name's Manning doesn't mean he's going to be great.
I also thought that Lagway was going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country this year, and he is at throwing picks. But also too, that offense is like a benign tumor. It does nothing, but it's there.
Yep.
A benign tumor.
Well, look,
I think Daniel Jones is working as a game manager at an elite level.
Oh, yeah.
He's being an elite game manager right now. He has 2 touchdown passes, but no interceptions. He has more touchdown passes on his legs than he does on his arm. He's run for 3, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but 2 of those are 1-yard scores, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter when Jalen Hurts gets them.
But the thing is Daniel Jones he's an athlete. Has more tools than just his arm. Like he's very accurate. He's got superior deep ball accuracy, and he doesn't need to go and run the ball, but he can. He's a very like underrated runner. When the play breaks down, sneaky athlete because you think he's so tall and lanky and all that stuff like that. And I mean, hey, look, ESPN said it, so we'll say it too. And Pat McAfee said it, so we'll say it too because he's white.
He's Vanilla Vic.
I mean,
I'm just saying, but he's doing that. He's being a game manager, but he's doing it at an elite level. Kind of like Alex Smith.
He's doing his best impression of like what was it, like 2010 Kerry Collins or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say 2013 Alex Smith.
So Alex Smith to me is like the perennial game manager. When I think game manager, he's white. So when I think of game manager, I think Alex Smith was like the all-time great game manager. 1,000%. And then now it's like Daniel Jones is doing that, but like you said, better.
Yeah,
because he's actually throwing more passes. But the thing is it's not all him. It's the players making the plays after they get the ball in their hands.
You get the ball to the playmakers and let them do the work.
Right. He's finding the guy that's open who has 10 yards ahead of him and using that, not trying to go for the 40-yard bomb. It's double covered. Like, take what he can give you and walk your way down the field, and that's what he's doing.
I think the only thing, like, they've got 2-0. I'm nothing bad. Like, the thing I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, we got to do better in this point with the Colts is generating a better pass rush. Like, you have the 2 guys in the interior, Grover and Buckner, beasts, both of them, monsters. But 0 sacks, 0 QB hits. this game.
Right.
So
not good.
getting some pressure and
And
I
Broncos
love
have a
that
good
for the
offensive line,
Titans. We
too,
had to go
so-
against the Broncos and the fucking Rams the first 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to a team that maybe can't get as much pressure. Just don't go.
Well-
just don't step up in the middle of the pocket, Cam, because you're going to get ate by DeForest Buckner.
Yeah, with as bad as the Titans' offensive line is, how good
Everybody can get
Colts'
pressure.
defensive line is, it's going to be a bad day for Cam Ward.
Well, so luckily the bright spot about our offensive line this season has been that guard center triangle, and that's where their two best players are. So hopefully Latham. We'll talk more about that on the preview show, though.
Yeah,
That's where I trusted Lou Anarumo from what he did, what he's doing. So
valid.
he's covered.
Well,
up a lot.
gentlemen, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up because we're kind of almost teasing the idea of getting into the preview for the stuff. So we're gonna save that for when we're all together in Jacksonville,
Everybody in a
folks.
couple days, baby.
Here in a couple days.
Yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Friday
In deep-
night.
Yeah, right. We'll be rolling in deep to the Texans Jags game. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Me and Justin got to figure out how to watch real football on our phones.
Yeah. I'll be sitting there in the stands like this. Like I don't.
We need,
Oh, we're at a Jaguars Texans game. Oh, okay.
I need a power bank to make sure my phone doesn't die.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, gentlemen, I want to thank everybody here for taking time out of your evening to come on and talk AFC South football. I want to thank everybody who's stopped in and commented and is watching now. Take some time, go ahead, head on to Titan Sable for 2, like, subscribe, notification bell to support Andrew. Do the same thing with the slew of podcasts that Justin is hosting. Kingmaker Sports over there with Slayton and Mick. And then you got he and Jeff holding it down on Unstabled, and then he and Jeff again. That they got to keep riding. Tag team talk.
Yeah. We'll be doing WrestlePalooza reactions.
Yep. Saturday. And then make sure you go head on over to Third and Teal and support Isaiah, Trevor, and Eric with all the things Jacksonville Jaguars. And then that Real Texas Team podcast, do the same thing. Like, subscribe for everybody. Do the same thing on this channel. Trying to grow. So with that being said, folks, be good people and fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Boys.